All right, so continuing on, like I was saying, I would have continued going to night transportation, and I would have did that for a whole year. But as y'all know, after I left night transportation, the plan was to buy a truck. So I went to MAC Kenworth in Nashville, Tennessee, and the plan that I had at the time was there was a carrier called Interstate Distributor, and they had this load board that was allowing people to book their own freight. And I was one of the first people to hear about it. I heard about it on YouTube through the Wright brother. And the plan was, well, damn, if I can book my own freight off this load board, well, let me just go ahead and give me this little $40,000 386 Peterbilt. I believe it was the Cummins engine. I know it wasn't no cat. It was the red Cummins engine. It was a good truck. 2014 386 Peterbilt. Definitely, well, I don't know if it would hold value because them things at the auction, I think they still go around like 18,000. So, um, but I do like the 386 Peach. So I do one of my favorite trucks, 386 Peach. But like I said, I didn't have no credit at the time. The only thing I had going for myself was a student loan, and I don't know if I had paid it off at that time. It may have been paid off by the or very close to being paid off. I'm not sure, but I had a student loan by the government on my credit report, and I only borrowed like $2,500 from the government. So I think the payments on that was like $50 a month or something like that. But I had paid it off somewhere around that time. So, but I didn't have no credit cards, anything like that on my name. But like I said, I had 20% down cash, and like I said, the truck was like $45,000. Had the cash there at the dealer, but as y'all know, dealers, they still gotta find finance, and they still gotta put your application in and blast your credit information all the way around, and nobody would take the loan because no credit history. And of course, okay, you got 20% down, but you still gotta finance, the other 80%. So that didn't work out. So that's how I ended up finding about, find out about quality leasing, and that's how I ended up getting that ProStar for I think it was 695 a week. That's how that happened. Okay, it wasn't my plan to lease a truck. My plan was to buy a truck from the start. Like I said, I got declined, and then leasing, because I still wanted to do the low board, and the only way to do it, you had to be an owner operator. You couldn't be a company driver. So the next best thing to do was to, I didn't have no education at leasing. Of course, I didn't know, what I know now. But yeah, we went to quality leasing, and they laid it out right there. All them probably like 300. Well, I ain't gonna say 300. Probably like 20 pages worth of paperwork. Of course, I didn't read a single sentence except the last page where it said, if you decide to pay this truck off, it's $273,000 for 7 years. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw it because I took a picture of it. I still be paying $695 a day. If I hit that ProStar right now, I'll be paying $695. But y'all just saw it at the auction yesterday. Live now. You saw it live now, Same truck, $10,000 at the auction. Same truck, Cummins and all. 10,000 at the auction. The auction 10 minutes down the road, Tunica, Mississippi. $10,000. But hey, I would still been paying $695 for, I believe, what, 2016, what was it, 4 years? So we still would have 3 more years of getting pimped to go. Well, I don't know because they out of business now, so I don't know. Are they still? I don't know if are they still doing the pimping thing because they out of business. How does that work? Did y'all have to return y'all trucks? I never found out about that. But yeah, I would have still been getting pimped. I wouldn't have been at home at all. Y'all not been home like almost all of March. I don't know if y'all just noticed, but been just chilling all of March. Truck been in the shop, just got out today. Test drive coming tonight, or if not tonight, tomorrow in the morning. I don't know. Whenever I decide to go over there and pick up the truck, but probably be tonight. Depends. But Oh man, so do I wish I would have did the lease truck thing? Like I said, I did not have a plan, so it really didn't matter if I leased the truck or not. Cause nothing, I leased the truck. I don't want y'all thinking that I didn't make any money or anything like that, because that's not the case at all. I never was in the hole when I leased the truck. The only time I went in the hole was when I went to the truck show. That was in August. I took off a week to go to the truck show out there in Dallas, Texas, Gats, and that put me in the hole. Like just my truck payment, like $600 or something dollars, but I was out of the hole within like the first load or two because I was booking my own freight, so I could book my way out the hole. I didn't have to go 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks with some dispatcher, playing games and stuff. So, other than that, I never went in the hole with my lease truck. Now, of course, I went to Road Runner. I'm saying I went to Road Runner, and I was running. No, I didn't go to. I went to Big Rock Transportation. I was running the reefer trailer, and I missed my appointment somewhere in Illinois, and then it got rescheduled for like 2 weeks later. So I went home for 2 weeks, and I went in the hole like 3,000, 4,000 something dollars. And once the 2 weeks came, I turned that load in and got fired. So even though I did go on the hole $3,000, $4,000, it didn't matter because they fired me. And once they fire you, of course you don't owe no money to them. You just go to the next company and start off fresh at $0 again. So we don't. I don't count that because I didn't pay him nothing. So other than that, man, I didn't go in the hole. But if I had a plan like trucking with Tay, what I'm saying, has got education. He was able to watch the videos from the past and see, okay, well, these are what people mistakes are. These are what they saying they wish they would have did. They wish they would have got the house while they were still W-2 because it's a lot easier than 1099. Well, see, I didn't have that type of information, and that's what I wish I would have did differently. See, if I had a plan, I would have already got me a house. I would have just either stayed at night for 2 years or, what I'm saying, what the information I didn't have was, I was an LLC when I went to Interstate. I should have had a payroll system, and I should have went W-2 then, but that type of information was not available at the time like it is now, okay? So, as well as the information on how to qualify for a house. We're not talking about that in the trucking industry right now. But hadn't I known what I know now, yes, I would have either stayed at night for 2 years and got a house, or the reason I say or is because I could have still went 1099, could have still did the lease thing, but if I had a payroll system, you know what I'm saying, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the road, or where I'm at now, I would have been able to qualify for a house, because I would have had the W-2 income. I still work at the exact same company from 2000 and what was it, 16? I still got my same companies. I'm still an employee of my own company. So, but I would have had my paperwork together. Cause that's the only thing I'm lacking is paperwork. That's the only thing that's keeping me in this renting house is just paperwork. That's all it is. It's not the income. It's not I can't afford a house. No, it's just paperwork. That's all this is. It's the paperwork game. And I remember SoCal had said, I think it was a couple of years back. What did SoCal say? It was just on my tongue. But he was saying something about it's easier to hire professionals, people to get paid to do jobs like accounting work and tax professionals. It's easy to hire the professionals so you don't have to do it and clog up all your time. He was saying something along those lines, but I didn't understand at the time. I didn't know I needed to go and find a CPA and an accountant and find somebody to do my taxes. And I could have been working with a mortgage broker at the time that would have, even if I didn't qualify then, they would at least put me, got my paperwork together. So now I'll be able to walk in and, I wouldn't be looking stupid. They talking about these tax returns. They look at my tax returns and, well, I don't know, because you done wrote everything off. You're not paying the government their fair share, so we can't really get you the house. So now you trying to find ways under the map to just come up with the whole $100,000 at once. You bam, there it is right there. Give it to me. Hand it over. Hand it over. How did you get the money? Don't hand it over. I got it, didn't I? Hand it over. You wouldn't give me the mortgage, so hand it over. Now we trying to find ways to do it that way. I'm just saying, if I could do it over, that's the only thing. I would have had my paperwork together. I would have had the professionals. I would have been W-2. Or, because see, I know some people, you don't got to be W-2. Okay, well, yeah, I would have been paying taxes. I would have, like HT say, I would have been paying my little 20% a month, or 3 months, or quarterly. I would have been paying. But see, that type of information was not available. All I knew was at the end of the year, they send these 1099s, and we calculate some numbers, and okay, I made over 100,000. They want $20,000. Well, I don't know about all that. I ain't got that kind of money to give away. Well, if you ain't got that to give away, you ain't getting no house. Okay, well, guess I won't be getting the house. So, still not gonna give away no 20,000. So let's make it. Let's get that lower right there. That's okay. Well, you leased the truck at $40,000 for the year. So, now we're down to 60,000 for the year. Then the fuel bill was like 30,000. So, now you only owe the government like, $2,000-$3,000, okay? But then you had all these expenses. You know what? You don't even owe the government anything. They owe you. Yeah, they owe you. You didn't even make any money. They owe you. Embarrassing, boy. But see, it's a lot easier to pay the government monthly or quarterly than to try to pay it all at once at the end of the year. Because trying to come up with $20,000 at the end of the year is kind of ridiculous. But to try to come up with, $200 a week, you get your paycheck, give them 20%. That's a lot easier than trying to pay it all at once. But like I said, information was not available at the time like it is now. So now, if somebody was to ask me, okay, Andrew, I'm just getting in the truck, and where should go? Because if you try and get a house, we gonna make it known right there and now. You go and do the W-2 thing. Go and do the W-2 thing. You could be working at night transportation for 2 years, qualify for the house. Okay, look at trucking with Tay. Work at, is it Maverick? I believe it's Maverick Flatbed. Qualified for a house. More qualified than I am. I'm not that qualified. He doing better than me. And he just got in the truck, and I'm just telling you, his net worth is higher than mine. I'm just saying. I've been at this 5 years. 6 years, 5, 6 years. I've been too long, damn it. I've been too long. I should be retired by now. Just saying, though, he paying down his mortgage that he gonna own. I'm paying Pippin over here. You know what I'm saying? His house. I'm paying off his house. Brand new. I was first person here. You know what I'm saying? So he don't own this house. And here's the sad part about, me paying for this house. Every month, his bank, the Bank of Springfield, for whatever reason, they send his mortgage payments to my house. This dude only pays $600 a month for this house. $600, that's all he pay. And it's like they make sure I know they put his name on the mail, but with this address, they send that shit right to the mailbox. Every month I gotta go out there like, damn. I keep thinking about it. I keep telling the girl, like, this dude only paying $600 a month for this house. I started to call up the Bank of Springfield myself, like, hey, you know what? I'm paying over $1,300. You know what I'm saying? He paying $600, so go on, just cut me the money. Clearly, I can afford it. Clearly, I can afford the money. So I'm just saying, but like I said, information was not available. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta do things like this. Now I don't mind paying rent. It's no problem to pay rent. But it'd be nice if I was getting the title. Because I'm more of a person that like to own some shit. I like to own. I'm not really into the I don't want to be paying for this for the rest of my life. I just don't understand why I would want to do something like that. Be paying landlord, what I'm saying, all this damn money for let's just say the next 10, 20 years, because the house is $150,000 and I'm paying $1,300 a month. After 5 years, if I'm still here, I'm already at 2 years. You just pull out a calculator and do some math. 1,300, 12 months. Okay, I ain't been here 2 years yet. I've been here a year and like 2 months. So okay, but it's going to be 2 years. I already signed the contract. So do the calculations. I'm just saying, this motherfucker probably out in the Bahamas, You know what I'm saying? Doing the Birdman hand roll. He probably owned all these. Nah, he don't own all these houses, but all these houses wasn't for it. Some of these were for sale, you know. But because this neighbor right here, they buying their house, and I think across the street over there, they buying their house. That house behind me is rented. I don't know about these over here. I think that house is rented too, because Amazon had this house at first. They was using this house for some employees, some like executives were staying there for like 3 months at a time. I don't know what the heck going on. Some with Amazon, where I guess they fly these executives in, and I guess they gotta do like meetings and stuff. So that's what that house is being used for. But now Amazon ain't got it no more. Now it's a family that moved in. I know they almost burnt my motherfucking house down. You know what I'm saying? A couple of days ago, which y'all can see. I really don't want to turn the camera, but they almost burnt my motherfucking house down when they caught on fire right here on the driveway. Might show y'all anyway. I can't zoom. Does this zoom in? Nah, I can't zoom in. But yeah, they motherfucker. YouTube stores. YouTube stores. Yeah, they car caught on fire right here. Almost burnt the whole entire house down. No, I ain't got no insurance on this bullshit.